What if I told you that throughout history, some people didn't just guess the future, they nailed it? From science fiction authors to mysterious prophets, these predictions were so accurate, it's almost like they time traveled. Today, we're diving into the top 10 historical predictions that actually came true. Buckle up, because some of these will chill you to the bone. Number 10. The Sinking of the Titanic. Morgan Robertson, 1898. In 1898, an author named Morgan Robertson wrote a novella called Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. It was about a massive ocean liner called the Titan, the largest ship ever built, declared unsinkable. Sound familiar? In the story, the Titan hits an iceberg in the North Atlantic during April. There aren't enough lifeboats. Thousands die. Now remember, this was 14 years before the real Titanic sank in April 1912. Both ships were British, around 800 feet long, carried about 2,500 passengers, and lacked adequate lifeboats. Coincidence? Possibly. But the accuracy shook the world after the Titanic disaster. Many were convinced Robertson had some kind of psychic insight. Or maybe the line between fiction and foresight is thinner than we think. Number 9. World War II. H.G. Wells, 1914 to 1933. H.G. Wells, the father of science fiction, didn't just write about time machines and Martians. In books like The World Set Free and The Shape of Things to Come, he envisioned a second, even more devastating global war, long before it began. He predicted the war would start around 1939. He foresaw aerial bombings, chemical weapons, and even what he called atomic bombs. Wells wasn't a prophet. He simply saw the trajectory of global politics, fascist ideologies, and the dangerous arms race after World War I. His ability to forecast that path? Terrifyingly accurate. Some use imagination to escape reality. Wells used it to warn us what was coming. Number 8. 9/11 and the Fall of the Towers. Nostradamus, 1555. Nostradamus, the 16th century French astrologer, is infamous for his cryptic four-line prophecies. One in particular gained attention after 9/11. 2 steel birds will fall from the sky on the metropolis. The sky will burn at 45 degrees latitude. Though the quote was slightly paraphrased, many believe he predicted the September 11th attacks. New York lies near 40 to 45 degrees latitude. The idea of steel birds falling from the sky, hauntingly relevant. Historians argue that his verses are vague enough to fit many events. Still, the resemblance was enough to ignite global fascination and fear. Interpretation or insight? With Nostradamus, it's always a little of both. Number 7. COVID-19 pandemic. Dean Koontz, 1981. In 1981, thriller author Dean Koontz wrote The Eyes of Darkness. In it, a virus called Wuhan 400 is developed in a lab near Wuhan, China. It spreads quickly and causes deadly symptoms. When COVID-19 struck in 2019, people rushed to that book, shocked at the eerie similarities. While Koontz's virus had a 100% fatality rate and was purely fictional, the location and timing made people question how much fiction is too close to fact. He didn't predict the pandemic, but he came uncomfortably close. Number 6. Moon landing, Jules Verne, 1865. Jules Verne's novel From the Earth to the Moon was published in 1865. In it, he describes Americans launching a manned projectile to the moon. Get this, the launch site is in Florida, the capsule lands in the ocean, and the vehicle is made of aluminum, a lightweight metal used in real spacecraft. He also imagined weightlessness and used real math to estimate travel time. Verne was over 100 years early, but still eerily spot on. He launched us to the stars before rockets even existed. Number 5. Hitler's Rise. Erik Jan Hanussen, 1930s. Erik Jan Hanussen was a celebrity psychic and hypnotist in 1930s Berlin. He was known for jaw-dropping predictions and even performed for elite Nazi officials. He allegedly foresaw the Reichstag fire, a pivotal event that gave Hitler absolute power. Days later, Hanussen was found murdered. Rumor says he was silenced by the SS. Many believe Hanussen also predicted Hitler's political takeover years before it happened. A strange, dangerous gift, and it may have cost him his life. When you see too much, some don't want you to speak. Number 4. The atomic bomb, profits and patents, 1920s, 1930s. Years before the Manhattan Project, scientists and writers were already imagining weapons of unimaginable power. H.G. Wells' atomic bombs in 1913 exploded with radioactive force. In the 1930s, physicist Leo Szilard conceptualized the nuclear chain reaction. He even filed a patent that looks eerily similar to what the US would eventually build in secret. Sometimes, science fiction walks hand in hand with science itself. Number 3. The Internet. Mark Twain, 1898. In 1898, Mark Twain wrote a short story describing a device called a telelectroscope. It connected people around the world in real time, allowing them to watch live events, argue politics, and share information. He essentially described video calls, social media, and global news in the 19th century. He gave us Huck Finn and accidentally invented the comments section. Number 2. The Great Fire of London. Mother Shipton, 1600s. Mother Shipton, a Yorkshire prophetess from the 1600s, is said to have written, "The blood of the just shall be lacking in London's fire of 66. In 1666, the Great Fire of London destroyed much of the city. Whether the verse was authentic or not, the year and description eerily align. Prophecy or poetic coincidence? Either way, London burned." Number 1. Fall of the Soviet Union. George Orwell, 1949. Orwell's 1984 was meant as a warning, but it ended up reading like a report. He described a world where truth is controlled, history is edited, and surveillance is constant. Sound familiar? As the Soviet Union crumbled in 1991, Orwell's dystopia seemed more like prophecy. He didn't just imagine Big Brother. He saw the cracks in the system years before they split wide open. So what do these predictions tell us? Maybe the future leaves shadows in the past. Maybe some people just see what others miss. Or maybe we're all just living in one big loop. If this episode made you say, "No way, that actually happened," then give it a like, drop your favorite prediction in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because next time, I'll tell you what happened.